to Doki Blue Skies. I'm going to continue streaming this today. I'm going to be speaking a little bit softer because my throat's a bit sore, but I still want to get something out and I want to play more of the game, so I'll just be speaking like this today, which hope you don't mind. Oh, okay, I don't think I went live on YouTube for some reason. Let me double check online because for some reason I haven't been notified of it. Okay, no, we are live, it's just not coming up. Don't know why it's doing that, but well. That's right. Okay. We continue Act 1. We'll continue with Act 1. So that should be quite good. Let's see, where were we? It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? It's Reform 2, if that's what you call it. I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. Hey, no, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. The other girls don't do this stuff nearly as much as you, at least. Yeah, you could say that they're a bit more traditional when it comes to their structure. But I kind of like playing with the space on my paper. Choosing where and how to space your words could totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. It fragments everything and leaves a distorted tone with the reader. I see. I guess that there's a lot of things you can do with poetry. Definitely, poetry is very much an art form. You're meant to craft poems using never before seen combinations of words to interpret the world around you. You really like poetry, don't you? Maybe you should write a poem about poetry someday. That's not a bad idea. Anyway, it's still hard for me to tell what your poems are about. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with a reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid that it's not that good? Now, we've all had experiences at this point with poetry, discussion and all. But it can be very disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put much effort into. If you find other people who enjoy writing though, when sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way and will make you want to continue improving. Yeah, it's definitely more helpful getting real criticism and feedback rather than just empty words. I guess I really hit the mother load of the literature club. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. And to Yuri. Alright, let me look at your piece for today. I must say, Echo, I like this poem a far bit more than yesterday's. Even this early, your skill is improving remarkably. Really? Thanks, Yuri. That means a lot. I know how much you care about this sort of thing. It's really no trouble. I know sometimes writing can be a daunting task, so don't be too concerned if things don't always work out. Pushing the boundaries in poetry can be a great thing. Metaphors might seem complicated sometimes, but don't stress them too much. While of course you want to choose images that can capture the message you're trying to get across. I think the first things that come to mind are probably the clearest. Even if the metaphor doesn't seem to make sense, it can force your reader to think about something that they wouldn't normally. That's one of the ways to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate experience. I see. I think I might have to give that a go with my next poem. Thanks for sharing that with me, Yuri. Well, if you'd like to see an example of that, I've written something that captures that essence. Sure, I'd love to take a look. If it's something you've written, I'm sure it'll floor me. Yuri smiles shyly, handing her poem. Resist. A whimsical, tiny, seasick friend sleeps along my amber bookend, dreaming about a sanguineous day where minded, slender lampposts play. She beckons me, her hands extends, piercing pupils rarely end. Azure channels bend and twist, cautiously held above the wrist. However, she finds her advance shunned, always cracking, always stunned, never able to draw the lance. Across my arm she never danced. Perhaps it would be for the best if I laid her down to rest. Whilst I haven't given in to the painful pleading from within, I think that it might be smart to save the song of fumbling hearts, lest tears make me dizzily fall, and answer her violet virulent call. Okay. And I think this also refers to her cutting as well, because it seems very... that's what it makes me think of. It's about her not so good hobby. Felt a bit guilty after yesterday's argument with Natsuki. I wanted to experiment with my style a bit more. Hopefully it's not too confusing. No, it's fine. Even if it's a bit more involved than yesterday's, I still like it. I'm noticing a lot more symbolism as well. I don't assume anything but the tone of this poem. I'm not sure how to describe it. Yes, I really wanted to test my abilities in a creative expression. I didn't go too far, did I? No, it's really good. I just don't know if I'm good enough at this to denounce the meaning. How to explain it is, I'd say it's about a closely guarded secret. I imagine everyone has a little something like that. Something they're forced to keep to themselves for fear of ridicule. Okay, so that kind of confirms what I think it's talking about. I think that's talking about what she does to her arms. It's nice to be able to write about that sort of thing every now and then. If it's something you enjoy doing, shouldn't you write about it more? Well, it's not that simple. It's something I'm uncomfortable talking about. I'm not sure people would understand. If anyone were to find out about it, well, I guess as long as it's not hurting people, people shouldn't pry. Do you think so? Sorry, I was just thinking of something. It's a good point though. The best I can do is try to embrace my own weirdness, right? Otherwise, I think I'd hate myself. Sorry to keep you so long. Thank you for allowing me to ramble. I know, what I'm noticing now though, with the poems, is showing more and more about their problematic sides. because Monica's poems are, I think it's about her lack of control and what happened in the previous timelines. They always aren't sunny, foreshadowing her depression. And I don't know about Natsuki. Natsuki's are quite normal and cutesy. Well, not bad, but not good. Honestly, it's just like your first poem. Yeah, I did kind of try to write it like my first one. But I did attempt to make it a little better. Well, mission accomplished, I guess. Still same thing as last time. Tried to make it more creative. It's just kind of bland as it is. Noted. Oh yeah, I should probably show you mine. Here. I don't get it. I don't get why people will hate on good rhymes, but act like it's dumb and a waste of their time. I don't diss the free verse or deep subject types. Be dark all you want, just keep it in your grips. Oh sure, you can tell me if you have a problem. Just keep it constructive and things will be awesome. I'd like you to know that our readers will differ. There is no best style, you smuggle glue sniffer. My poem may be simple and often straightforward, but chasm can be found in such whimsy and order that all poems can be as complex as you'd like. If you think otherwise, you can go take a hike. What about kids, or the elderly too? Some read for fun, I guess, unlike you. Let us just go and enjoy what is written. You won't like it all, that much is given. But give things a chance, you might find something nice. Just open your mind and that will suffice. That's really nice rhymes, actually. I do like, you smuggle glue sniffer. I like you to know, but our readers will differ. There is no best style, you smuggle glue sniffer. That definitely came out the left field. Yeah, I really like that. I also like this one. Not all poems can be as complex as you'd like. If you think otherwise, you can go take a hike. I really like that. This is obviously referring to the argument she had yesterday with Yuri. I think that's what this is talking about. I will admit, the only character that isn't really foreshadowing stuff is Natsuki. So, what do you think? I mean, it's well written at least. I'm not sure how I should confront Natsuki about this. But to say she still holds a grudge from yesterday would be an underestimating. Oh, God forbid Yuri sees this. Well, that's a given. But yeah, you could say I was inspired. It really felt good to pound out these lines. Poetry is an amazing emotional outlet, you know. Anyway, I can't wait to show Yuri this poem. Wait, hold on. What? Do you really think that showing her this poem is a good idea? You're really going at her throat with this. Don't you think that you should work out your issues with her? Yeah, well, she never tries to see things my way. Why should I? I think that's the wrong way to go about this. Relationships are a two-way street. Both people have to work to make things right. Why don't you try being the bigger person and just talk to her first? But I already know that she's not going to try. She's just always so preoccupied with looking complicated and smart. It's clear to me that she doesn't care if anyone can understand her, including me. You can't understand her if you don't even try. She might speak using more complex vocabulary and may have mannerisms that seem strange to you, but from what I've seen of the both of you, she's more similar to you than you might think. Yeah? Aren't you judging a book by its cover right now? Yeah. Well, whatever. You can't hold this grudge forever, you know. At least think of Monica and Sayori. Fine, I won't show you my poem. Are you happy? I won't be happy until you try to talk to her. He's not going to bite, Natsuki. Ugh. Alright, I get it. I'll try to talk to her sometime. Thanks, you're going to do the club proud. Shut it. Man, now I have to hide this poem away. I worked really hard on it, you know. You could easily turn the energy towards the more positive things, though, right? I guess so. Ugh, I'm just so frustrated that my poem's message missed the mark this time. You should always try to make something people can take a message away from. Remember that. Anyway, I'm gonna write a good one tomorrow, so just you wait. I do like Natsuki's poems out of everyone's. I like the rhymes. Echo. Your poems are seriously amazing. I can't believe you never told me how good at poetry you were. Huh? Sorry, I'm really not that great. You're the only one who likes my poems this much. Really? You're telling me Yuri and Natsuki didn't love them? Well, Yuri didn't think it was a bad poem, but she wasn't as positive as you were. I don't think my style really matches hers. Oh, don't worry about her. She's got a super unique way of writing anyway. What about Natsuki? Well, I get the impression that Natsuki is the least likely to admit how much she actually likes something. I don't think it's that, though. Yeah? I guess I'll be honest with you. I find it easier to write poems when I'm thinking about our memories together. Yeah? Really? Sounds a bit strange, doesn't it? I nervously laughed, noting the blood just crept upon Yuri's cheeks. I don't know. I feel like my life's kind of boring. Like, whatever happens in it, it's just literally that. Whereas with you, well, whenever I look back at our memories, everything seems to be such an adventure whenever you're around. Like when we went exploring that forest near a house ages ago. And you made it seem like some exciting adventure, kinda like we were both archaeologists or something. Whereas if I went there myself, I just think I was going for a stroll in the forest. I glance over to Sayori. She has a faraway look on her face, wearing a wasteful smile. Yeah, I remember that. I was convinced there were spooky trolls out there. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. You've got such a vivid imagination. And I guess I can tap into that imagination whenever I'm thinking about you. We have this sort of connection. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And I think it's still there even after all these years. I think I understand what you mean. Can I ask a favor of you? Yeah, what's up? Can I keep this poem? This is the first time you've written something for me. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude or anything, but I didn't write it for you. But okay, you can keep it. I still don't think my poetry skills are anything special. I can have it. Yay. Thank you. Anyway, I still need to read yours. Oh. I totally forgot. It's nowhere near as good as yours though. I'm sure I like it. Bottles. I think we read this one. Oh yeah, this is from the base game. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Like balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it into a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in a bottle in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends, each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way, down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friends after friends, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a deep cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow the dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time has elapsed. My empty shelves could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up and in they come. Friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out, each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let them go, it shatters against the tile beneath my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading something, but all I hear is echo, echo, echo inside of my head. Whoa, sorry. I didn't expect this at all. Did you really write this? Of course I did. Remember how I'd say I'd write the best poem ever yesterday? Well, here it is. After all, Monica's taught me a lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. So that's what this poem is about. So if that much was obvious, unlike Yuri or Monica's poems too, Sayori's are rather simple to figure out. So if I interpret this correctly, you're basically doing everything you can to keep your friends happy. Yay, you got it. I really enjoyed writing this one. Just getting your thoughts out on paper and turning them into a poem is like magic. Well, I think it's amazing. You should really be proud of it. Ah, thank you, Echo. That means a lot. I didn't think it was that good though. Nah, it's great, seriously. I can't help but notice the latter half of the poem isn't quite as cheery. Our character isn't blind. He ain't blind this time. In fact, it's somewhat alarming. A very dark contrast from the cheeriness I'm used to with Sayori. He's not oblivious. Our character is actually addressing it. Because it's about... The poems are meant to show that... It's meant to show the thing. They put the things in them to their personal feelings. The ending of the latter part was very much, from the sound of it, losing control and letting people down. Although maybe I'm looking into this a little too much, but the end of the poem is pretty dark. And you said you've been in touch with your feelings recently, so I'm just checking. Is everything okay? Of course, silly. I forgot to tell you, I really like writing about bittersweet stuff. Stuff that isn't just happy or just sad. A mixture of the two. And this poem shows what I mean. It's just my writing style. Ah, okay. That makes sense, I guess. Either way, I'm glad you're enjoying writing so much. I hope you keep it up. Good to have a hobby. Of course, and hopefully you'll also stick with it. I also look forward to seeing all the poems you write in the future. Well, there's no guarantee... Excuse me. There's no guarantee there, but just from seeing the passion in Sayori's eyes, it's hard to be pessimistic. Okay, everyone. Well done reading each other's poems, right? Actually, Natsuki and I haven't shared yet. Oh no. I can feel a storm coming on. Yuri hesitantly approaches Natsuki, who isn't meeting her eyes. And considering Natsuki's poem for today, no wonder she doesn't want to share it with Yuri. Judging by Monica and Sayori's anxious expressions, they seem to be thinking along the same lines as I am. I can practically see Natsuki sweating pinballs. Meanwhile, Yuri appears to be blissfully unaware of the situation. I'd convince Natsuki to reconcile with Yuri, but if she sees Natsuki's poem, well, it's all over. So Natsuki, if I may. How about we do this tomorrow instead? I'm not feeling well. It's my time of the month. I can practically see Monica internally face palming. Suki must have forgotten that the club isn't all girls anymore. Ah, that's so. I'm sorry, you must feel absolutely terrible if you can't even share your poem today. You don't need to apologize, it's not your fault. I can definitely share tomorrow. Ah, well, even if you aren't well enough to share your own poem, would you like to see mine? I wrote it thinking of our argument the other day. I suppose that I wanted to show you that I'm more open-minded than I may appear. As a way of repenting. I know it's not much, but hopefully this can contribute to a recognition between us. Although we may have our disagreements, I would like to consider you a friend, and friends forgive each other. I'm sorry if that's presumptuous of me to say. No, it's not presumptuous to say that, because I'd like to consider you a friend too. So you can hand over the poem then. Yuri hands the sheet of paper in her hand over to Natsuki. As Natsuki reads the poem, her eyes widen. You're writing using rhythms and stuff, like me? You could say that you convinced me to practice adding more linguistical to my poetry. Natsuki looks like she's speechless for once. Thanks, Yuri, it's awesome. There's really no need to thank me. Well, I'm really glad I got to know you. And I'll definitely have something that'll knock your socks off tomorrow. And I'll be looking forward to it. I hope you feel better tomorrow as well, so you can share your work with me then. Of course. That was a crisis half avoided. Very glad that Natsuki made work things out. It seems that Monica and Sayori feel the same way. It's so good to see everyone getting along. Now that we're done sharing though, I have something I want to discuss with you. I want to take a screenshot. There's a great opportunity for expanding the club that's upcoming. Is this about the festival? You could say that. Do we really have to do something? It's only in a few days. It's not like we'll be able to come up with anything good. Yes, I suppose that's something I'm concerned about as well. With such little time left to prepare, I doubt we'll be able to put together anything good enough to attract new members. Yeah, we'll just end up embarrassing ourselves. Oh, don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? Nothing more than a few decorations. I can design some pamphlets to hand out to the event. Sayori made some posters to put up around the school. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to put on a poetry performance. A what? Monica, everyone's going to choose one poem to recite out loud. They look horrified. It doesn't be written by you, but by you, as long as you put your heart into the realization. Although, of course, it'd be great if you could show off your own work. And the cool part is, we're going to let anyone else come up and recite their poems too. Yeah, I'd put a thing on the posters that bring your own poems. It's going to be so cool. So we put up a poster on my back that holds up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? Don't tell me you started putting these posters up already. Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, you didn't even ask us before you started advertising. We never agreed to stand up in front of a bunch of random people and perform our poems. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagine that Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, let's just calm down and take a moment to think about it. I understand that you two haven't had much experience sharing your poems out loud. In fact, we all haven't done that much. But still, I think we should give it out. We should try our best. Look around. Monica motions to all of us. We're here because we have a passion for literature in this club. Don't you want to share that passion with others to inspire them to pursue their inner writer? Mildly muffled, I'd say. Am I? Okay, hopefully if I move it back a bit, it should be a little bit better. My voice is a bit bad, so I can't speak the same way I normally do. Yeah, it's all about exploring yourself and trying new things, all while having fun. Monica and I nod our heads in agreement. Natsuki and Yuri, on the other hand, remain silent. Yes, that means it's my turn to say something. I mean, I don't think it's that much to ask. As Monica said, we're all here because we care about the club and want to see it flourish. And if that means, one second. Yikes. And if that means, if all that means is a 2-minute poetry performance, then I think we can manage. Sayori and Monica's face lightened up as I finished speaking. Hey, it isn't like we don't care about the club. It's just, do we really have to perform? You know how hard it is to get new members. It's because people are narrow-minded jerks. They don't even give literature a chance. Who's to say this festival won't be any different? I'm inclined to agree with Natsuki. Well, Monica, I know how much you want to do this, but I just can't imagine performing in front of strangers. At least Yuri and Natsuki have proven they can agree on something. Monica sighs, her eyes closing as she rubs her temple. Look guys, I know you're anxious. I understand that, I really do. To be honest with you, I'm a bit nervous myself. After all, it's my club, so people are going to judge me the most if our performance doesn't go well. Natsuki, if it makes you feel any better, a few of my friends will be coming along. They're lovely people. They won't judge you for your tastes. I know them for a few years, trust me. Natsuki has turning away, she doesn't look particularly convinced. And Yuri, I know it's a scary thought, but I've thought of a way to ease you into it. Why don't we start by practicing our poems to each other in the club? No way. Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? But Monica, there's just gotta be something else we can do. Yuri nods vigorously at Natsuki's words, anxiety written all across her face. But guys, no, sorry, it's okay. If you guys really think we can do better in poetry performance, then I'd gladly go along with an alternative. So any ideas? An awkward silence fills the room. We all glance at each other anxiously before Sayori finally speaks up. Oh, we could... Sayori stops and thinks to herself for a moment. Wait, no, never mind. That wouldn't work. Once again, the room falls silent. Well then, I guess we can't come up with something different after all. Monica laughs, attempting to ease the tension in the room. I know you guys might not be the most on board with this, but I think it's our best option. Please guys? Please? Can you stop pressuring us? I'm honestly surprised Natsuki's putting up such a resistance. I know she's a little hot-headed, but even still. I'm not pressuring you, Natsuki. Both of them had raised their voice. Yuri looks a little startled and Sayori looks anxious to intervene. Guys, please, there's no need to get angry. Can't we just discuss this normally? Monica reflects on Sayori's words, looking a little ashamed of her outburst. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to raise my voice. It's just this festival is important to me, that's all. Ever since I created this club, I always wanted to show other people. Natsuki, Yuri, I imagine you both are a little apprehensive when Echo joined, right? After all, he was an unfamiliar face. He smiles warmly at me. But look, he's integrating very well. That's she faces Natsuki. I mean, you two bond over manga, right? He asked you for recommendations, and from what I can gather, you both share a common interest. Hey, it's not like we bonded or anything. It's just nice to find someone else who liked manga. That's all. She shoots you a look. And of course, how silly of me to forget. Anyway, maybe some of these new members might also be manga enthusiasts. Who knows? Sure, you'd like to be able to share your passion with other people, right? Natsuki shrugs half-heartedly. I suppose that would be cool, yeah. But mango. Mangoes. Mangoes are very tasty. Monica beans. See, that's exactly my mentality. Wanting to share things you like with new people. Yeah, I know that. It's just there's really no other ideas. Remember, poetry poems are a pretty big part of this club. We want to show people that our meetings are really like. If we just gave our posters or showed them poems and writing only, it wouldn't really be a fair reflection. Seeing there's no real way she's gonna win this, Natsuki sits back and grumbles something under her breath. So what do you guys think? For me? For us? Fine. I still don't think this is a good idea, but fine. I'll do it to stop guilt tripping us. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. And you, Yuri? Yuri glances at each of our expressionist faces, but Monica, what if people start being inconsiderate and disturb us or laugh? I'm not surprised you're worried about this. Oh, don't you worry, if anyone steps out of line, I'll put a swift stop to that. A stern glint in her eye, and I have a repressed shiver. I'm glad she's with us. So somewhat relieved, but clearly she's still worried. She swallows and nods. I suppose I don't really have a choice, do I? I shake my head. Okay, I'll do it. Yay, that's everyone. You're the best. This club is going to be the death of me. I know you'll do great, Yuri, just trust me. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. While we have time, I want each of you to choose a poem of yours to practice reciting in front of each other. Yeah, an easy glances, but don't say anything. Don't worry, I'll go first so everyone feels a little bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Flip through her notepad, reaching for a specific poem. Here we are. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room, her eyes move across the paper in sync with her lips. Every word has a perfect amount of emotion put behind it, making the poem almost come to life. Her inflection is extraordinary. I'm impressed, and judging by a quick glance around me, so oh no, we disconnected. Why did that happen? Okay, for some reason we disconnected. I don't know what happened there. I don't know why I disconnected. That shouldn't have happened. Let me double check that it's still working. Hey, happy to be back. I don't know what happened there. That shouldn't have happened. Hasn't split it. No, hasn't split it. Okay, good. As we continue. Thank you very much. I was hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? Yep. So he jumped up from her chair and takes Monica's place at the front of the room. This poem is called Oh, how did you do it so easily? Well, try to imagine yourself alone, like you're reciting it to yourself. It's your poem, so it'll come out best that way. Oh, I think I get it. Sayori nods to herself. Anyway, this poem is called My Meadows. Sayori begins reciting her poem. It seems as if her soft voice is a perfect match. As for the poem itself, it has similar tone when compared to her other ones. It's peaceful yet somber at the same time, but it's sweet, you could call it. Hearing the poem in Sayori's voice almost gives it an entirely new meaning. I think this is what Sayori means when she says she likes my poems. It's like seeing a whole new side of someone you thought you knew completely. Sayori finishes and we all applaud. I did it! Yep, good job. Sayori beams as she walks back to her seat. So, who would like to go next? Natsuki, Yuri and I all look at each other nervously. I open my mouth, but Yuri beats me to the punch. I'll go. Thanks for showing initiative, Yuri. Yes. I shove to the podium, clutching a sheet of paper in her hands. This poem is called Refuses and looks up at us. You can do it. It's called... Okay, I don't like the name of that. The after image of a crimson eye. When she recites her poem, her voice is shaky at first, but the more she reads, the more confident she becomes. It's similar to what happens when she gets to open her books. A shy and apprehensive Yuri Mewtwo is replaced by a fierce and confident person. The poem itself is like a maze in its structure with twists and turns every line, but Yuri is unfazed and authenticates each word with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. She suddenly says she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into her and glances around as if she's bewildered even herself. Monika's first one start applauding. I sheepishly follow along, and soon the whole club is filled with the sound of applause. Yuri ducks her head in embarrassment as a shy smile creeps across her face. Yuri, that's really good. Like I said, you don't even have to worry about anything. Thanks for sharing, but thanks. Guess Yuri's done for the day. Who would like to go next? Natsuki? Why should I go before Echo? It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Echo lower everyone's standards before I go up. Natsuki. Monika hastens to chastise her, shooting me a sympathetic look. That was kind of rude, don't you think? You should apologize to them. Her face red as all the girls turned to look at her. I decided to spare Natsuki from the embarrassment. Hey, it's no big deal. I'll end up going up at any point anyway. Might as well do it now. The thing is that I don't have much of a selection to choose from. I'll just go with the one I wrote for today. I stand up, sat in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I take a deep breath. In my head, I repeat to myself the advice Monika gave to Sayori. Try to imagine yourself alone like you were reciting it to yourself. Alone. My house is the first thing that comes to mind, and I think of being alone. A scene rapidly develops in my head like I'm recalling a recent memory. I'm sitting alone at my desk with a dim light hanging from the ceiling gives a warmth to the room. In front of me is a poem I just finished, the ink from my pen still fresh on the page. I pick up the notebook and begin reciting it out loud. While I'm not the most confident in it, I still try and put energy into it. I can almost hear my voice echoing off my bedroom walls. As I finish, the sound of applause pulls me out of my daydream. I'm back in the club room standing at the podium while the girls politely applaud my performance. That was good. I guess. Oh, don't be hard on yourself. I don't think it's about your writing abilities, but rather your lack of confidence that weighs you down. That will improve with time, though, so don't worry. Yeah, okay. Thanks. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. As she said it, begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Stop looking at me! But you're presenting. You don't have to stare straight into my soul, though. She takes a moment to compose herself. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Doki takes a breath while her voice is enthusiastic. The poem has a surprising amount of energy to it. The rhythms tie into each other seamlessly, creating a flow that moves the poem along at a brisk pace. Words seem to bounce up and down with the rhymes, seemingly making the poem come to life. It's Natsuki's signature style, and it works expressively well when read out loud. That's an interesting poem name. Yeah, it is. That is an interesting name. She quickly finishes and huffs as she makes her way back down to her seat as we applaud. That wasn't so bad, was it? She stares at the poem blankly for a few seconds before replying. Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, that's what we're going to be doing at the festival, so you at least feel confident enough to do it in front of a crowd? I guess not like there's any other choice. And I guess it'll be easier doing it in front of other people. I can just put on whatever face I want with strangers. I don't care what they think about me. But as my friends, it's just embarrassing. But I still hate the idea to have to perform. She mutters last sentence under her breath. The others probably didn't even hear it. And you ask you is stubborn, but this is a rule of a level. Stop saying it myself. I know that's good. However, it looks like she's going along with the idea of performing for the festival. Well, at least for now, she's basically outvoted and can't come up with any other ideas anyway. Really? That's a surprise. For me, it was the other way around. Having all people looking at you, judging you. I don't like to think about it. I can relate to that. Yuri mutters. The thought of so many eyes observing your every move all at once. She trails off, shaking her head. Well, that's just how it is, so... Natsuki says in frustration. Well, again, in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. Speaking of which, I want to thank you all for performing. It might be difficult, but now that we have a general idea of what it's like, we'll be able to prepare ourselves. Make sure you pick out a poem and show it to me by tomorrow, okay? You need to know. I'll need to know so I can make the pamphlets over the weekend. You should probably find a different poem to recite. I know you prefer to use your own poetry, but I'm probably going to pick a poem from a poet I like or something. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. I'm very pleasantly surprised that you're putting all this effort into the club. Low expectations? More like any effort put in makes me happy in general. Monica smiles at me and turns to smile at everyone else. That goes everyone here. Thanks for going along with last minute plans. Anything else about it for the day? Let's try and write some poems for tomorrow, okay? I know the festival's coming up, but it's been working out nicely the past few days and I'd like to continue. Tomorrow we'll do the finalization of who's doing what for the festival, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Remember, we have till Monday. Yeah, it'll be so much fun, I can't wait. We all stand up, packing away our things. However, Monica's voice stops us. Oh, and guys. She pauses, twirling a strand of her hair. This club truly means so much to me. I really appreciate what you're willing to do for it. You guys are the best. In typical fashion, Natsuki rolls her eyes, Yuri timidly smiles, and Sayori wears a hefty smile. Let's get it over with. Let's get it over with. I hope I don't regret this. That's okay, Monica. Nothing to thank us for. We appreciate what you made for us. I can't help but catch Yuri muttering under her breath after saying this. I can do this. I love it here. We get to spend this cozy little place with other people. Yeah, it's all good. Alright. Stand up and grab my bag. I'm not as enthusiastic as Monica. Sorry. But the festival, if I can put a little... If I can pull that little daydream stunt again, I think I'll be alright. It's for the sake of the club, not to mention impressing them. Once I'm fully packed up, I'll walk over to Sayori. Ready to go? Yep. Jeez, don't you ever get tired of walking home with Echo, Sayori? Hey, what's that supposed to mean? I don't mind her. You guys are more adorable than anything. Alright. No need to make such a big deal about it. It must be nice though. Yeah, I guess. Ah, jeez. Let's just go already. Okay. So let's begin to walk home. A lot has changed in the past few days. Lost in thought, I wasn't even noticing how quiet Sayori was being until we were almost home. There's a lot going on in the club now, huh? I bet you think about all your new vice president duties that you'll have to deal with when this club grows bigger. Eh? Oh, yeah. Anything specific on your mind? Not really. So did you want to talk? I mean, we don't have to if you're thinking about stuff. No, it's nice talking to you. I was thinking about something familiar. It's nice that we, never mind, it's nothing. You sound a little bit like Yuri right now. Huh? Oh, yeah. Well, I guess I have a question for you. What's up? So he cleared her throat before speaking. So let's just say one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. I'd walk home with you. Sorry. I'd walk home with you, of course. Pauses for a moment. Eh? She glances at me from side to side before turning away. But she's so nice and smart. Geez, why me? Her reply surprised me, and I'm not sure how to answer what she wants to hear. I was here in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't ruin that for you. You're so silly. She gives me a pained smile. You think about me too much sometimes. You would deserve it if she wanted it, so I've made up my mind. I can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, like I said, I enjoy catching up with you. Why would I change that for another person? Walking home with you and talking, it's just a great throwback. She didn't seem as happy as I imagined. I mean, both our chats were pleasant. Strange. I work hard as aware. The conversation trails off. It's kind of weird thing for Sayori to care so much about. I want to respect her and keep her happy. Perhaps without saying another word, I reach my house and open the door. I'm home. No response. I'm alone as usual. I mumble that part to myself, talking to myself as if I'm the protagonist of a manga or game. Must be going stir crazy. Mum's still out on a business trip. She's never home anymore. I miss her, but I don't blame her for anything. It's hard enough providing for yourself, let alone a kid. Since I'm alone, I decided to make an instant meal for dinner. Digging through my cabinets, I find some old soup cups. Miso soup sounds good. I unwrap the packaging and pour in some water and place the meal in the microwave. While I cook, my mind wanders back to the performance earlier. That Daijin was so vivid, so realistic. Can I really pull that off, the performance again, but this time in front of a crowd? It wasn't even that great in the first place, just doing it in front of the girls was nerve-wracking. Guess I'm not really used about being around people again. Maybe that's it. Thinking about it, I guess I've been subconsciously isolating myself from people ever since divorce. Before it even, in some cases. Wonder when I started shut to myself. Maybe that's why Sayori and I drifted apart over the past few years. It wasn't intentional or anything, it just happened. At least I don't think it was intentional. But I'm glad to reconnect with her in a literature club. It's giving me something to do, something to look forward to that isn't anime or video games. Talking with them has made me feel more appreciated. It's a nice feeling, something that's been missing from me ever since divorce. Maybe that's why Sayori likes walking home with me, it makes her feel appreciated. Sorry. Our character isn't blind this time. The more I think about it, the more concerned I get. He said some pretty weird stuff. I guess people just have their off days. Maybe she's changed a little bit over the years. Pretty normal, right? I'd like to think I'd be able to tell her something was up with her. Although given our recent distance, I'm not so sure. Maybe we start talking again, but there's a lot of lost time. Maybe I'll change and we'll be back to how it used to be. Beep. I hope. Our character isn't blind this time. He's actually looking into things. You know, it's a nice change from our character just being blind to everything. In clouds. Together. Marriage. Flying. Grief. Agonizing. Happiness. Pain. Unstable. Family. Depression. Friends. Joy. Hurt. Clumsy. Cry. Peace. Fireflies. City. Valentine's. Oh man, I'm the last one here. Oh, don't worry about it. Everyone's late from time to time. Besides, you've been working really hard, so I think you deserve some slack. I guess so. I'm usually pretty punctual, but today I lost track of time. What made you forget the time? It's funny story actually. I recently decided to learn how to play the piano, so I was just practicing. That's probably why I didn't notice the school bells going off. you can play the piano? That's quite impressive. I was wanted to learn the instrument myself. It's not as cool as you make it out to be. I've only been playing for a little while, so I've still got a long way to go before I'm any good. You should pick up an instrument too, Yuri. I can definitely see you playing the violin. Yeah, that pretty much suits Yuri perfectly. The violin is a beautiful instrument, and partial to the sound of the flute as well. Flutes can be kind of elegant, just like you. Thank you. How is it like to play the piano? It's a really enjoyable instrument to play. Not to mention, I really love how it sounds. One moment it can be as gentle and smooth, next one can be powerful and full of force. The piano is an instrument that I'm familiar with too. Well, at least somewhat. My father had signed me up for piano lessons when I was younger. He'd been playing it since high school and wanted to pass his passion down to me, but I never really got into it. Considering that, you'd think I would hate the piano. For some reason I found myself internally cheering on Monica. Maybe it could remind me of my father in a way. You're certainly a talented individual. First starting your own club from the grounds up, now picking up the piano on a whim. I doubt I'd be able to do that. Oh, don't say that. Anyone can do amazing things as long as they have the passion for it. Which is why we're all going to do amazing for the festival. I can't wait for the festival. It's going to be awesome. Natsuki, weren't you just protesting the festival yesterday? Well, obviously I meant everything besides our part of the festival. I still don't like the idea of performing. Monica was right, I don't want to start the whole debate over again either. But I'm looking forward to everything else. It's a whole day where you can run around and eat until you burst. I can see the eagerness in Natsuki's eyes. She must really like food. Kind of reminds me of a certain somebody. Speaking of which, where is Sayori? Oh, there you are. You're sitting at the back desk in the back of the room staring out the window. I walk over to her. As I do, the years continue to converse behind me. Something about squid? Hey, Sayori. With my hand in front of her face. Eh? You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Are you okay? She forces a smile, but I'm not very convincing. Of course I am, silly. Why wouldn't I be? I don't know. You just seem a bit off today. Maybe I'm wrong, but my wanders back to what she asked me as we were walking home together. You worry too much. I'm fine, seriously. Shows me another smile, much bigger, more genuine. While it seems more like Sayori, there's still something inside that makes me feel like something's up. Sayori must have noticed as she hastened to explain. To tell you the truth, I didn't get much sleep last night and I'm pretty tired, so sorry if I'm a little cranky. Easy though, I'm probably not much fun to hang around with right now. So why don't you spend some time with the others? I might try and have a nap. I'm sure, just no, if there's anything bothering you, you can talk to me, okay? Hate to see you suffering in silence. She nods. Suffering might be a little strong of a word. Well, you know what I mean. So he nods and then shoos me away. I want to back out to Monica. The feeling of uneasiness isn't going away. Maybe that's just how Sayori is these days. I mean, it's been a good few years since we properly hang out together. Maybe she's changed. Deep down, I know this isn't the reason. Still, maybe Monica might know more than I do. After all, she's the president, right? Turning deep over, she shuffles through some papers to the desk. Echo, what's up? As I jump in, there's no point beating about around the bush. Hey, have you noticed anything wrong with Sayori recently? Wrong? What do you mean? I don't know. It just seems like she's a bit downcast today. Do you have any idea why she might be feeling off? Have you seen her act this way before? No, I can't say I've ever seen her act like this before. Yeah, she said she's just feeling tired, she didn't get much sleep. But to be honest, I'm not buying it. She's normally upbeat and cheerful. Her behaviour has been so uncharacteristic. Monica peers across to Sayori, who is dragging Razor up and down her desk. Wait, didn't she say she was going to take a nap? Maybe there is something on her mind. My question though is, why are you asking me, Echo? You're certainly known her longer than I have. Well, yeah, but you spent more time around her recently than I have, with the club and all. I guess so. but I've never seen her dismiss me. Maybe didn't dismiss me, but it felt that way. So I'm just concerned for her, you know. I wanted to ask if you knew anything, that's all. No. I appreciate you coming to me to be sweet how you're concerned about them. After all, it's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know. Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Yeah, are you sure that's a good idea? Seems like you want to be left alone. Are you sure? I know so longer than I have, so perhaps you're right. Still worth a try. I'll also talk to her about what she wants to do for the festival anyway. Alright, fair enough. I just hope she's more respective to you than she is to me. The motivation and warmth, smile, affection. Right, you really care about her, don't you? From what I can gather, you've been friends for a while. Yep, childhood friends, as long as I can remember. Well, before I joined the club, we had been drifting a lot. Hate thinking that she's been like this before without me around to help. Hey, it's hard. It's never easy seeing a friend suffer. But for what it's worth, she's lucky to have someone so thoughtful as you looking out for them. Don't blame yourself. You can't always be there for everyone. I know she's right, but the feeling of guilt still resides. Yeah, I guess. Hey, she's been a lot happier since you joined the club, you know? Really? Yep, she showed me just kind of surprised at first that she didn't expect you to want to join. But when she got over that, she enjoyed having you around. Anyway, I know it's hard seeing her like this. I'll talk to her, see what I can do. Yeah, everything will be fine, don't you worry. I sure hope so. Let's hope you're right. Thanks for everything, by the way. You've been a big help. You're too kind. Nothing to thank me for. Sayori just walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down, try and talk to her gently. But she's keeping her voice so quiet, I decided to sit down myself. I know Sayori told me not to worry, have fun with everybody else, but that's impossible when she's behaving like this. There's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica to talk to her. Okay everyone, after some time passed, Monica calls the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know everything's back to normal. Go to your poems and I do the same. Make contact with Monica and she smiles reassuringly at me. Wonder what she talked about with Sayori. Let's go straight to Monica. I said after, hi Echo. I appreciate wanting to talk. Both Monica wanting to talk with Sayori, but she takes control of the conversation before I can say anything and immediately jumps into class business. This might come as a surprise, but we have a festival upcoming soon. Oh wow, I never would have guessed. Have you thought about what you want to submit to the festival? Well, being in this club, one thing, but performing in a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Despite any praise you want to give me, I still... I don't know. My apologies up to snuff. I'm sure that there's not just a little bias during the poetry discussions. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. You wouldn't want to let down the club, right? Did have a teasing tone, but chills run down my spine when I think about the implications of disappointing everyone. Who knows what Monica would do to me if I betrayed her as a loyal club member. Not to mention, I'm also looking forward to see your performance, right? But that's definitely something I can relate to. Don't worry so much, you'll do fine. After all, you've been doing fine in these poetry discussions so far. So you say. Anyway, let's take a look at your poem today. Here it is. And the row. Oh, hello. I haven't been preoccupied as story. I'm worried about her, to say the least. Is there any unexpected change that's come over her? Did something happen? Echo? Huh? So I just called my name? Yeah, twice actually. It seemed like you're a million miles away. What's up? Just thinking about whatever happened. Sorry. So sorry if I wasn't paying attention. It's fine, I understand. For what's worth, you're a good friend for caring so much. In fact, I hope that things can go back to normal. And my advice would be to let her come on her own. She'll talk if she wants to talk. I think you should respect her boundaries. You're right, I appreciate your advice, by the way. Alright, I'm willing to lend a sympathetic ear if you need one. Today might not be the happiest of days. But that's alright, not everybody will be happy. We'll pull through this. I hope so. I feel like I shouldn't be going to about the club normally. I think Sayori needs more normality right now. So in the end, I just get my pro and start staying back on track. Anyway, since we're saying poems right now, I almost forgot about it myself. Some present I am, right? Whipped out a pristine composite notebook. Here's my poem then. Thanks. The box, part 2. On my nightstand sits an ornate box, painstakingly crafted, decorated with delicate figurines. Beautiful, beautiful. The most beautiful box you've ever seen. In that box stands a slender porcelain ballerina. No, not stands, twirls. She is inanimate yet animate, cold yet vibrant, and oh, so beautiful. The most beautiful ballerina you've ever seen. She spins and spins and spins as the box melody goes tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. She either smiles nor frowns, a permanent look of blank composure painted on her face. She dances for my amusement, and yet I evaded by amusement. Room spins me round, vertigo. I want answers, but she gives me none. I slammed the box closed, and yet the room still spins. My skin porcelain. Is this what she meant to be? Is this the meaning she is supposed to arrange? Is this the sole purpose of her existence? And then her skin cracks, shattering. You know, I feel like looking for an answer in contemporary reality are sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it's kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into it in a way that is almost paradoxical. Because if we all had the answers, we wouldn't have the world start to lose its meaning. No, that's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in this club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. How fitting, somber subject for somber days. Are you surprised? If everything was okay, we wouldn't have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't one-dimensional creatures. That's what makes people so interesting. You might think that it'd be better off if everyone was happy and complicated all the time, but how would we know what happiness was if we weren't for the sadness to compare to? I guess that's true. Even though I'd rather not see my friends so troubled. Anyway, here's the writing tip of the day. The overfilled discouragement something you put a lot of time into doesn't get as much attention as you thought it would. For instance, you could spend hours on a poem, only to have your friends barely glance at it when you show it. It might make you feel like doing any more is useless. And the sad truth is the world is so saturated with creative works already that most people won't receive any attention. At least relative to the most popular artists and authors. But there's actually not much you can do in that situation besides try your best. However, you also shouldn't think of things in terms of popularity and number of views. The most important thing is to be your personal self-satisfaction. If you're proud of yourself and your work, then I say that's enough success. That's the most depressing part. That was the most depressing writing tip of the day ever. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, well I'm going to end it here. My throat's getting a bit sore. So I'm going to end it here. And I'm going to make a cup of tea and probably head to bed. Because I got no sleep last night. I'm feeling a bit under the weather, so sleep is a good start. Hey, thanks. Whether or not I'm streaming tomorrow, I don't know. At this moment, it's 50-50. It could just be a little bit, so I could be over it by tomorrow, but at the same time, it might get worse. But we'll see. Might end up doing something like supermarket sim together or something like that. Something nice and easy. But anyway, thank you for watching, and have a good night. Have a good night or good day, whatever time it is for you. Anyway, bye, and thank you for watching.